Hello friends, my name's Emile and welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 6. Now today we're actually revisiting a video that I did a long time ago, and it was actually my first video here on Forza Motorsport 6, and that was touring cars in the wet. And what I did in that video is I gave myself the challenge to rise from the back of the pack to the front of the pack within 12 laps of a rainy Brands Hatch circuit using touring cars. And well, I've never really been 100% happy with that video because on the final lap I lost it on the final corner and I ended up finishing in 6th place. So I've always wondered whether I could do better, and today, well, we're going to go and investigate whether I could do any better. Now there have been a few changes to Forza Motorsport 6 since I made that video. One of which is the fact that now I don't actually have to restrict the field's S-Class cars in front-wheel drive, which means we can actually get some other no, that's not what I wanted. We can actually get some other vehicles in here. So we got the BMW 125i's, which was a unfortunate omission from the last time. Unfortunately, there's also some Swedish touring cars in here, which I don't really want to be in here because they're not British touring cars, but who cares. So yeah, that's one good thing. Another thing is also I can actually use the vehicle that I wanted to use in that first video anyways, which is the Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Now, previously, and I'll explain this once we get into the race, just saying, I've got the back of the pack mod, which means I get to start in 24th place. One of the reasons I actually used the Toyota Avensis, because it was the lowest PI car, it actually meant that I could just start at the back of the pack without having to use any mods, because I didn't actually have any mods unlocked when I first did that video. And another reason I used the Avensis is because there was quite a few different Aventises, and, well, for whatever reason, if I picked, say, this A-Class touring car, it essentially meant that no other A-Class touring cars would show up in the race. Luckily, as you can see now, that bug has been rectified, which means I actually get to use the Mercedes like I wanted to use. So there we go. Anyways, we are into the race. I'm getting bumped about by a angry Mercedes behind me. Woo! What is going on there? There's some collision or something. Either way, it's meant one of the Swedish touring cars have dropped right down the order. The reason I don't really want the Swedish touring cars showing up is because they actually have an awful lot more power. I believe they're pushing almost 500 horsepower. They're mid-engine rear drive as well. Well as, you know, touring cars are traditionally either front engine front drive, or front engine rear drive. So yeah, a little bit irritating that they've showed up. I also believe they get quite a bit of a speed advantage. I do remember I actually used one of those for the touring car race in the single player mode. Anyways, other than a few little run-ins with a A-Class behind me, which really wants to bump me off the road apparently, not doing too bad at the moment. The AI difficulty is on unbeatable, which basically means that they're going to put up a really, really good fight. So if any of you were saying, oh, you know, how hard can it be to get from 24th place to first place in 12 laps? That sounds quite easy. Well, actually, it's a lot tougher than you think, especially when we're all running vehicles with similar sorts of power. I mean, you know, this car is no different to the other A-classes on the field, and the A-class is a good car. It isn't the fastest on the field, though. As you can see, the Civics are a bit quicker. The Civics have weird gear ratios, though, so that's why I decided to go with the Mercedes over the Civic. I've driven this A-Class only a few times in this game, and each and every time I've been really impressed with its handling. It's actually in my channel trailer. That's the last time I drove this thing. That's actually what gave me the idea to redo this video, was driving Brands Hatch in some touring cars for the channel trailer. So far we're not doing too bad. We're into 14th place. Let's see if I can get round this Volvo. He's probably going to get the better of me on the straight, but that's fair enough. Let's just a little bit wide, cut him up a little bit there. Might have got some, what's the word? What do they call them in touring cars? I watched a touring car race the other day. I actually watched, I believe it was at Snetterton. And I actually watched the full thing. Or when I say full thing, I watched all 3 races. I'm not sitting through 8 hours of TV just to watch Ginettas and all the rest of the bollocks that they put on there. But I did see the touring car race. I believe they call them like sanctions or something. Okay, let's use our first rewind of the race there. I explained this in the original video. Brands Hatch in the wet is an absolute bitch. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Brands Hatch. I think this is a fantastic track. I even love it in the rain, but it is such a tough track to navigate. Just because the puddles are in some of the most awkward places known to man. We've also just got the Avensis, I think. Have I got round him? I have now. I think I slightly tapped the front of his vehicle, but oh well. We are still moving. We are up into 12th place on lap 2, which isn't too bad. Still got a lot of work to do though. As you can see, the lead car is over 3,000 feet in front of me, and I'm kind of hoping that I can really make some ground upon him as soon as we are out of traffic. Try not to follow the Civic off the track. That's another thing. That's sort of one of the things I have got in my favour. The AI, unlike in Gran Turismo, the AI in this... Ooh, I've gone really wide there. As I was about to say, the AI can make mistakes. They really do, especially with the standing water. They can often get thrown out, so... Yeah, it shouldn't be... That gives me a little bit of confidence in this. It also means, you know, that even if I make a mistake, the AI may also occasionally push it a little bit too hard and mess up like this AI is doing in his A-Class at the moment. We have got the better run out that corner, and we can actually push him. That's another thing you want to do as well. You also want to make sure you've got a really good line through the puddles. Try and find out where the water, sort of the standing water, is not so much there, if that makes any sense. You essentially just got to aim for where the standing water is the least dense, and, you know, stuff like that. I can try and push the AI a little bit onto the water, and that will actually slow them down quite massively. I took that a little bit weird. You also kind of want to get an even distribution of the water, because you do aquaplane over the water, and you've got to be really careful. You know, if you take too much of it on one side of the vehicle than the other side of the vehicle, then you will just spin out, as almost happened right there. There's a good line through there, coming on to here. See, this is the corner where I made my mistake. The Avensis, don't get me wrong, that was a fantastic handling vehicle. I do think the A-Class is a little better to drive than that vehicle. Right. We've got quite a bit of ground to make up on the Audis. They're the next sort of level of vehicles we've got to go through. That's one thing I do. It's a little bit weird, but I kind of like it about this challenge, is because the grid is PI ordered. You essentially ride through like loads of different vehicles, so you get through like the Avensis group and the Audi group and so on. That being said though, the Audis were by far and away the quickest vehicles the last time I tried this, but now we've also got to compete with the Volvos. I really want a podium, but if I get the fastest out of all of the sort of British touring cars, then I'm completely fine with that as well. Of course, the Audi, I believe it's Audi, then it's the BMWs, and then finally the Volvo touring cars, which I believe, yeah, you can probably see there, both of them have gone out in front. Hopefully they sort of battle with each other and reduce the speed of each other. The unbeatable AI in this game is pretty good, it has to say. I usually play with them either on expert level or pro level. Expert, they can offer up a real challenge. Pro is sort of when I'm trying to relax a little bit more. I've been having it on pro a little bit recently because my driving isn't quite as quick as it once was. But that being said, I am getting a little bit better. That was a bit of a weird line through that corner, but the Volvo almost tripped himself out there. I think we are closing the gap to the other touring cars. That was a bad line through that corner. I really don't want to use the rewind too much. I was tempted. I've actually got sort of two versions of the back of the pack mod, if you like. There's sort of, you know, the version that I'm using now, which is the back of the pack, which I finally unlocked actually. I was just opening mod packs before I did this video, and I finally unlocked it, which is great, which means I don't ever have to open another mod pack really. Which is good, because mod packs are extremely expensive. But yeah, finally got it, which means I can actually start using that in the race thingy videos as well, the race builds, which is awesome, because I've had to use, I believe it's called like severe setback. That's a severe setback right there. A little bit of an issue through there, but didn't do too badly, I guess. Right, the Volvos are on the straight, that's the issue. I've almost halfway through this. I am up to 10th, which is good. I am slowly starting to catch the Audis. To be honest with you, I might actually be a little bit further away from them than I was on the previous lap. Yeah, them Volvos are, they've dropped back a little bit, which is nice of them. Keep the throttle pinned through there. There we go. It really is a great... To be fair, like, all the touring cars I've driven are really good handling vehicles. I do highly recommend giving these vehicles a go, especially, you know, in the rain, because it really does feel like a proper touring car race. I think if I did this in the dry, it would be... I don't know, actually. It could be a little bit easier, could be a little bit harder. Maybe I'll have to investigate that at some point. I'll probably use, like, the BMW or something if I decide to do that, because I haven't actually driven the stock BMW touring car before. I've really liked the 1 Series, so that's why I sort of like the idea of using that version of the vehicle, because it's the only 1 Series in the game. But I just decided to go with the Mercedes because I have driven, I drove an upgraded version of the BMW and it was not very nice to drive at all. And I'm much more comfortable in a front wheel drive car than I am in rear wheel drive vehicles, so that's why I decided to go with this Mercedes. Right, got to be careful through there, then pile on the power like so. Right, we are definitely catching the Audis. If I can get a good run for these next few corners, we should be right on the tail of them. Yeah, we are so catching them Volvos up. I think they might be struggling a little bit with sort of the rain. I think they may be a little bit, yeah, I assume they're struggling a little bit. Again, because they're mid-engine rear drive. In a front-wheel drive car, or even the kind of four-wheel drive, you can essentially just boot it over the puddles and you should gain traction back again. With those, you really don't. It looks like some people come off. Now, I do have to admit, I think since I last did this, the AI have gotten a bit better. Last time I did this, they were falling off the track right there quite regularly. They don't appear to be doing that anymore, which is good. I assume they're having some form of accidents, because they are starting to drop back a little bit, but I'm not quite sure where they're having the accidents. Let's just go wide round there to avoid the puddle. That's about the line you want to take through there when it comes to this rainy course. Let's come down here. A little bit wide, hold it, hold it, hold it. There we go. I think the Audi can ditch us a little bit when it comes to the straights. He's definitely got the advantage on straight line speed. I was tempted to use the Audi. I believe that's the only touring car I haven't actually driven in this game yet, is those S3s. It was the last one I bought just because I'm not hugely interested in it. But yeah, I kind of wish the Ford Focus BTCC car was in this game, but unfortunately it isn't. Let's rewind there just because I made a colossal cock up. You don't really want to ride the curbs even in the dry, so I don't know why I went for that line through there, but I did, which is fair enough. Oh, there we go. Power through there. Right. I really want to get past these S3s. We are over halfway into the race. I'm still in 10th place. I would really like to get past these guys. Let's see if we can make it happen. Yeah, I think they're taking a couple of weird lines through these puddles. It looks like they are anyway. They're going for the place where it's the most dense, which is not something you really want to be doing, but there you go. Oh, I might be able... I took the same line he did, but I'm definitely going to be able to catch this Audi now. He's taken some really bad lines through some of these corners. If he can cock up sort of through this corner, I'm so going to have him. To be honest with you, it'd be kind of nice to get him... Oh, there we go. Oh, he's coming back on the track though. What are you doing that for, man? You get him on the wrong time, goddammit. Bloody AI. Don't check where they're going before they go. To be honest with you, I maybe should have anticipated where he was going to come onto the track, but still, I mean, come on, man. You gotta play your racecraft a bit better than that. There we go, through this corner. That's a okay-ish line to take. I mean, eh. It was alright, I guess. Right. Luckily, now that I've dropped one of the Audis, I can actually really start trying to chase down the second one, because that guy is part of a much bigger pack. If I can get up to their pack in time, I might be able to clench a podium, which would be awesome. If I could actually clench a podium in this challenge. There we go, a little bit wide around there. That was probably a little bit too much speed around there, but you know, it is what it is. Oh man, the Audi's starting to drop back a little bit. I need you to stay with the pack, dude. Because I really... Oh, there we go. She's round. We're almost 3/4 of the way in. And as it stands right now, I am not looking particularly good. I've got essentially 3 laps to catch up to the rest of these guys here, and my prediction at the moment, I don't want to be facetious, but my prediction at the moment is I don't really think I'm going to be able to quite catch up to there. If I can do better than 6, I will be happy. Maybe including sort of these Swedish touring cars was a little bit of a mistake. I mean, then again, I've got a really big lead on the guys behind me. I'm not sure how many BMWs are in this race and how many Volvos are in this race. There we go. Alright. I'm a man on a mission. There's is it a Cirrus song? I can't remember. Oh, there we go. First gear, pull. Second gear, come on. There we go. This is a really good vehicle to drive. Honestly, as I said, if you haven't driven the touring cars in this game, seriously try them. Sure, they're S-Class vehicles. Sure, I mean, they're a little bit higher PI than, you know, the Corvette ZR Z06 and the Dodge Viper ACR. They can't really compete with those vehicles, but still, at the same time, I highly recommend you drive one of these things. They are seriously good. Alright, we are coming up to a lap number 10. Alright, I can see some more tail lights now. The Volvos aren't having such a good time. Well, so it's... Oh, God. That was a really bad line to take for there. So, I'm assuming it's the BMWs out in front. I would pause and take a look, but I'm not... You know, that would ruin the experience of when we finally get up there. So, I don't even think there's that many Volvos in this race. I'm fairly certain when I looked at the leaderboard, there's only like 3 or 4 actually in the race. So, yeah. Anyways, we've got 2 more Audis to dispatch off. Oh, Volvo's gone. The Volvo's gone. And he's making all the Audis slow down as well. Yes. This is the break I need. Where do I want to be? I didn't really want to be there, but still... I mean, the Audis and Volvo were blocking the line that I really wanted to take through there. Typical Audi driver. There you go. He's got caught on that little bit on the side of the racetrack there. That's really irritating if you start... Oh, God. On the right side of the field there, when you're actually in a race, because the car will just pull itself straight into the pit wall, which isn't nice. Oh, he's locked up. Didn't actually know the AI could lock the brakes, but apparently they can. Anyways, we are up into 7th. This Volvo is struggling. So that means it's the BMWs up front. If I also remember from the last video, it was also when there was a little bit of a glitch going on with the AIs where essentially like, one of them would run away to the front. I don't think that actually happens anymore, which is nice. Right. I think I'm so gonna be able to get this Volvo. If it's not through this next corner, it'll be through the corner after that. I was gonna try and get him on brakes there, but it didn't. He's much better on the brakes than I am. I think that he might have better brakes than me. I'm not too sure. He is locking up again, though. This Volvo is... Apparently the Volvos really do struggle here at Brands Hatch, which was something I was not expecting. I was expecting these to be like the OP cars, because they have such high PIs compared to everything else, but apparently not so much. Right. Is he going to go wide? He is going to go wide. Don't come back on the track. There we go. I've learnt my lesson from the Audi. He very nearly took my rear end off. But he didn't, which is good. Right. We're past the Volvo. We have 2 laps to catch up to the BMWs. I don't think... Right, I'm going to set my sights on... I believe that's third place. I'm going to try and get to third. I don't think I'm going to be... There's no way I can get first place, unfortunately. He's a little bit just... Whatever they are at the front, they could be Volvos. Whatever they are out front, they are just not going to be able to... I'm not going to be able to get up to their level, but certainly if I can get at least one of the BMWs, I will be happy. I'm 6th. This is where I finished the race last time, although, that being said, I did get into 4th before I went off the track. There we go, nice and power there, we go. Right, there we go. Come on, Mercedes. There we go, I've remembered what I'm driving. What's me Mercedes actually look like? A little bit dinged up, but, I mean, it wouldn't be a touring car if it wasn't a little bit dinged. Oh, God, I hit a curb there. That was not a good thing to do. Oh, God. The understeer threw... Oh, sorry, the understeer. The curb threw the car out wide a little bit, which was scary. Scary. Let's go with scary. It was very scary indeed. Right, there you go. Through there. Push it, push it, push it. Alright. Coming on to the last lap. Oh! No, I'm wide as well. God damn it. I saw the Volvo go off and I was like, I could potentially get a place there, and then I was too busy focusing on that to really think, oh wait, I actually need to be driving here. Right. So by the looks of it, no! Same issue as last time. A little bit too much speed into that corner. Right, I'm aiming for 5th. I am aiming for 5th. I'm gunning for 5th. Yeah, I think because I've been battling with some other drivers, I actually have no chance. The guys in first have actually managed to pull away quite significantly. So the question is, can I get the 5th car? Come on, that's what I'm aiming for now. 5th place. I will take 5th place. From 24th to 5th. I mean, if this was real, then I would be being praised right now as a pretty great driver. Not gonna lie. Right. There's 200, 300 foot-ish to the Volvo. We took that puddle quite badly. I could really do with him going wide again. I don't think he's going to... I almost feel like if this was in the dry, I could take that corner flat out. It actually feels like the car really wants to do it, but it just can't quite do it. There we go. Volvo is a little bit skittish there. Here we go, through the puddle. Alright. Come on. I've got to get the Volvo. Go wide. Mess up. Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide. He's gone wide. I am past. I am through. All the Volvos are going off the track now. Oh, there we go. We are going to, unless I make a cock up into this last corner, which I'm really careful not to this time. There we go. We are going to get 5th place. One better than what I had achieved originally, which is great. Best lap was a 1:42.6. Not really sure if that's too good for this track, but there we go. Anyways, I got no truly clean overtakes, but whatever. Oh, I'm level 204. Let's do a quick spin. Let's see if we can get anything here. Okay. Anyways, there we go. We also got some affinity. So, 5th place was what I managed to score on my second attempt at this. Please tell me down below in the comment section whether you'd like to see me try this one again. I might try it again and see if I can do any better. I am aiming for a podium. If I used an Audi or something, I might be able to get there. But if you guys want to see that, then please let me know down below in the comment section. In case you're wondering, actually, let's quickly go to race results. So BMW did actually win the race. Then it was an S60, then another BMW, a Civic. Ah. So one of the Civics did really well as well, which is pretty good. And as you can see, I think the Volvos just struggled a little bit when it came to the wet. So I won't be using a Volvo next time. Anyways, friends, I want to thank you all very, very much for watching. My name's been The Real Emile, and until next time, farewell.